Hi guys! So today I'm talking about something that is probably one of the reasons why I even started this channel, was because something I probably felt that I needed to talk about it. It's something that's affected me, probably still does affect me to some degree of my life. That's depression and everything that kind of goes along with depression. You know, 300 million people from all ages kind of go through depression, and like 1 in 4 people each year suffer from mental illnesses. So it is something that I feel is something that probably should be talked about more, and I'm just going to share my experience with it basically with you guys. When I first kind of like found out I had depression, it was probably maybe had to be around 2009, I think. I don't remember how old I was then, but it was a long time ago. That's kind of when I first kind of like realised, was I left college, was in year 11, left school, went to college for a couple of years, and things just kind of started to get over me. At that time I kind of was delusional and thought that I had grown out of my ADHD and went to the doctors and was like, why am I so panicking? And then obviously they were quick to say I was depressed. So, you know, talking about it, I mean, I can sit here and say I've experienced depression and I feel like I have depression, but at the same time it's been told to me that maybe I just wasn't depressed and I just should have kept on my medication, and I was going through a manic time and I was finding it hard to cope with my life, and a result of that was me feeling down and crap about myself. You know, I just didn't know myself what I was going through, myself what I was thinking, so it was hard for me. But anyway, I was prescribed a few types of medication for my depression and anxiety. Some of them worked, some of them didn't, some of them had really bad side effects, and some of them helped me and kind of got me back out there again. It got me into work and got me feeling happy again and got me leaving the house, you know, because I used to just find it very hard to think. I found it very hard to understand what I was going through, and I didn't know. Even when I was taking medication, I was still like thinking like, what's going on? Why? What's happening? Why is it me? Why can't I just be normal? Why can't I just wake up and get on with my life? Because there were days when I just wanted to get on with my life and not feel crap and not feel down, but I couldn't, because there was just this looming cloud over me that just wouldn't want to leave, and body wouldn't allow me to kind of get on and do things I actually wanted to do, which was hard because, you know, I had loads of friends, I was making commitments with them, you know, trying to maintain a healthy lifestyle and go out and meet people, but I was too proudful to kind of actually say what I was actually going through, so I would always make excuses. We were making excuses at the time. People just kind of got tired and bored of the same excuses and just kind of like not walked away, but they just didn't really bother with me because of just how I've been in my track record of just always letting people down. But it wasn't because I wanted to let people down, it was just because I just didn't want to say that I was depressed, or I just didn't want to say that I was feeling down, or, you know, because I just didn't understand it at some point. I didn't know what was happening before me. I don't know if I didn't accept the fact that I didn't have depression, or by making these excuses and stuff and letting my friends down, I became more isolated, you know, even though, you know, because I had no friends, I had no one to go out and meet. It was just in my room, you know, being depressed, or, you know, and then I started drinking, I started doing so much stuff. And obviously when I would go out, you know, I would probably go out and get really drunk, and then I would go out and just be, you know, and I couldn't keep a job. It was just really hard at the time. I was like, why is this happening to me? What have I done wrong to deserve this, you know? Why is it happening? Why me? Like, what have I done? Like, how can I fix this? And I'm always someone that likes to try and find a resolution for things, would like to try and fix things and try and, you know, deal with things. I mean, I am now anyway. It took me a long time to get to where I am now. It hasn't been easy. When I tried to kill myself in Austria, I just had a terrible time. I kind of came back, and then I started thinking, headed to the doctor what had been happening, and I got therapy. Now therapy at first kind of helped a little bit. You know, I worked with a therapist and I was able to kind of like think about things in a different way. And, you know, therapy doesn't work for everybody, but for me it kind of worked because it was like God opening another door for me, another chance, and it worked, and it helped me kind of, you know, get to the place where I am today. Like, no way am I healed, but I'm much better than the person I was, you know, a few years ago, even months ago even, you know. And, you know, I didn't want to accept that I had these problems. I just wanted to be normal. I've always wanted to be normal. I left school, I left the medication for my ADHD, and I just wanted to try and fit in and be normal. But obviously I was still very kind of like, in those friendships I was very hyperactive. I was very like, I would be very manic, very crazy, very like, not crazy like, oh, crazy, but like just, you know, always wanted to go out, always wanted to do things, always wanted to drink, always wanted to have fun, always wanted to party, let's do this, let's do that, let's go out to college. I was always, and some friends got tired of that, and I kind of got tired of it. I mean, I would get tired of myself if I was trying to be my friend back then. I just kind of tried to kind of put in the same formula that I had been using for from college or from school to try and get the same results, and it just wasn't working. You know, it was like I was doing the same thing, expecting different results, and I found that just didn't work. So I had to, you know, rethink everything, rethink my life, and accept that I've tarnished some friendships. Some friendships probably won't be fixed the way they used to be. Some are, so I'm still working on. You know, hopefully the more I try and get out there and show people that I'm kind of getting my life together, the more people will start wanting to be around me, I guess, or want to be my friends again. Say that I just would never want to be in that place again. And you never know what's around the corner. You know, I could go back into depression tomorrow or whenever it happens, but, you know, hopefully I've got the tools and the skills now to deal with it and prevent it. You know, just try and work on my life now, because it was not a nice place. I kind of, you know, was working, I was doing so much with my life back then. So then it all just went, it all just stopped. Everything just stopped, you know. I was still trying to kind of like understand what's happening and trying to think of this idea, that idea, I'm doing this next, I'm doing that next, or it's going to be this day, I'm going to do this. And it just never happened, because I was just putting in the same formula, trying to expect different results. And I had to sort out my life, I had to look at my life habits, my lifestyle, the way everything. I had to look at everything and see what was working for me and what wasn't working, and then just kind of like work on those things and just try and overcome them. But it wasn't easy, and you know, there's still so much things I need to work on. There's still so much things that I need to try and get back to how I used to be. Whereas, you know, people could rely on me. I was very, you know, punctual. I was just a great person to be around, and I still am a great person to be around. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, these are just things that I need to work on. So with my depression and like with my anxiety, you know, to the point where if my mum leaves and she hasn't got a phone, I worry, or she doesn't answer. You know, I used to worry so much about, you know, about things. And, you know, if the doorbell would ring, I would get scared. I would be like, who's ringing my doorbell? I would just panic. And my anxiety was, I'd probably say I had, you know, not because when I was younger, I would say I didn't know what was going on. I just thought it was a part of growing up, I thought it was a part of life. But now knowing what anxiety is, I could easily say I had anxiety from the age of like 5. Because I remember times when I would be feeling things that I feel now back then. And obviously now I've learned to know that that is anxiety, and it's just, well, I've been riddled with it for ages, you know. But I would say it's my anxiety more than probably, and that's the thing, it probably could just be anxiety. You know, that's another thing I could throw into the mix. It probably could just be anxiety, and I never was depressed, and I was just reacting to my anxiety, leading me to feel that I was depressed. There are days when I'm just like, oh, in the past, like to try and keep them, but now I just have to manage it, you know. I know a lot of people that are managing it now, and I think with these depression, with these mental illnesses, you know, I would probably, I'm not speaking for everybody, I'm not trying to generalise this, but you know, it probably would never go away, but you just learn how to manage it, and you're always going to have a bad day. Life's always going to throw you things that you're not, you know, that you don't feel you're capable to deal with, you're not ready for, you wasn't expecting. Finding those tools and those mechanisms and those ways to kind of like get over like certain hurdles, and it's not going to be easy, and you probably will cry, but we all cry, it's fine, it's life. Just take a deep breath and just say you're going to get through it, and just work and find tools and mechanisms that you can find to help you, you know, get to where you want to go and get over those things that you feel that you can't get over. And it took me a long time to kind of get to this stage in my life where I feel like I'm able to kind of like deal with things, and you know, I'm still going out of my house and not being in my comfort zone still I still find a bit difficult. I'm managing that, and I'm trying my best to kind of force myself to go out and do things, and you know, just try my very best to do things and mix with people, because, you know, and not going out there and getting drunk and making a fool of myself, because, you know, I've done that before, and that hasn't worked. Every day I just take it as it comes, and, you know, I have like a weekly plan and stuff I need to do and stuff like that, and, you know, just finding all these different things that can help me get through the week and the months and the years, just so I can become a better person and kind of like re-school myself, really. And having therapy as well has helped, I guess, learn from that. Go get those skills and learn from me. But like I said, therapy isn't for everybody. I just think you need to, you know, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and tell people I'm not a counsellor, I'm not a therapist, but those are just kind of like my things, you know. And there will be times when people feel like they just want to give in, they just want to give up. Don't. It's not worth it. There will be high times and there will be bad times. There are low times where be as big and as massive as your high tide. You know? And another thing as well, like depression, you know, someone could be depressed and still be happy, you know, because that manic happiness and thinking all these crazy thoughts, thinking that they can do this, you know, trying to convert that is a form of sign of depression as well, you know. So there would have been times when people would have thought, oh, he's fine, you know, I'm out there, socialising, happy, you know, putting on a big provider, but that is a symptom of depression, you know. trying to, you know, it's like a manic kind of side of depression, and that's something else that I need to make sure that I'm not going back into. So even if I'm happy, I have to kind of think that, make sure I'm just happy, genuine happy, not happy because I'm fucking, you know, on the end of like having a breakdown, happy, and I'm like manic and like, yeah, you know. So that's something I have to try and mask, and that's why a lot of people kind of feel when I am happy, they maybe think I'm not happy, but because they're just so used to me being that crazy, eccentric, loud person. Whereas now I'm just much more calm, and I'm just much more content, and I'm happy. So I used to be very black or white as well. I had to kind of find that middle grey period, and I feel like now I found that grey period. It's just about staying in that grey period and not going from black to white and like being at different ends of the spectrum. Just about being middle, being calm, keeping it cool, just finding a place where I'm content and I'm happy and I'm not depressed. You know, that's how I've dealt with my depression, which is to do one now. So yeah, if you enjoyed the video, comment, subscribe, check out my Instagram, my Twitter accounts, and yeah, you can see them from up there. And yeah, check out my other videos, and I'll see you soon. Ciao. It's going to be London Pride in London, obviously London Pride. I came out when I was about, I think, or 13 or 14, I'm not sure. I mean, I always kind of knew that I was gay. I think I was watching some porn in my bedroom, and then my mum came in and she like saw me, and I think